Hey guys, what's up? Jerry Green here today. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a strategy that I've used over the years where I actually make the seller my partner. You think, whoa, what are you talking about, Jerry? Well, the thing is, you got to remember, okay, when you're dealing with sellers, they have somebody that's truly motivated, okay, because that's the type of sellers we work with. These type of sellers are in a position where sometimes they are in a position where they obviously want to be done with things, but they just can't work with you on the number where you're at, okay? So if that's the case, you know, one of the things you can do is offer a program to them where we actually partner with the seller, okay? So if that's the case, what we would do is basically walk in to a particular deal and possibly work with the seller with what they have to offer. So think about it. What they have is they have this asset, okay? Or it could be a liability to them, okay? This asset / liability. And what you have is the knowledge. So they have the asset, okay? You have the knowledge. Why can't we come together and put something together in the way of a joint venture to be able to make this happen? Let me just show you a quick example on this. So one of them I had a seller that had a property. So let's just say it's a single family home that they had, okay? So they had this single family home. You can see it's got some cool little windows in it, right? So I throw a little art in there. So we had this home, and this gentleman was in a position where he had worked at a tool and die factory for many years, and he was actually in a position where it was very unfortunate. He actually had an accident and has lost his arm inside this factory. And I mean, obviously that's very sad. You don't want to see anybody go through that. But what he was dealing with, guys, was that he couldn't take care of this property. There was a lot of emotional stress on it. And the thing is, guys, he also, this particular seller owed a mortgage on it, which put us in a position where it would not qualify for our cash out program. So what I did is I ended up talking to him on things, and you know, and he realized that, you know, he was in a position where he really wanted to be done with the property, but he didn't have any cash to bring the closing or anything like that. So what I told him, I said, well, I do have another program that I might be able to help you out with if you're interested in hearing more about it. He says, yes. So I told him, I said, well, I have what I call my seller joint venture program, okay? He said, well, what is that? I said, well, basically, you have the property, okay? And what I do is I have the ability and I have the knowledge that I can help you get rid of that problem, and then both of us can both really make money on this, and we both come out ahead of the game. And he says, I like this idea. So what I did was basically set it up where I told him I would turn around and take over his property, okay? And what I did on this, guys, I basically put a contract together on his property, and then when I wrote this contract up, I told him I was going to then buy the property, and when I bought the property, I actually bought it into what we call a land trust. Okay? And when I bought this property in the land trust, what happened on this is it put us in a position where both of us were beneficial interests in this property. And I was the trustee, so I had complete control of it. Okay? So now we deeded into the trust. Now it needed some repairs. He said he didn't have the money to do it. So I went ahead and put the money into rehabbing it. So Jerry put the money into rehabbing. It was a very light rehab. It only needed really cosmetically. This wasn't a rehab that sell at retail. This was a rehab to get it ready for basically what I call rent ready. So we only put about $5,000 into it. And then what happened, guys, is when I turned around and I sold it to somebody on what we call a lease option program. So what happened then, now this person gives me down payment, I get cash flow coming in, and what I agreed to the seller was basically I would keep the upfront money. Since I put the rehab in it, I got that money to recoup my money back that I put into it, and then we split the cash flow from it. And then when I got a new buyer in there, what we call a tenant / buyer, a little over about 15 months later, they went out and got a loan on the property, and when they got a loan, they paid us off, and then we split the actual profit of the deal based upon the mortgage balance plus anything I put into it. So we all shared into the profitability of that deal. So what I did was I took a deal that would never work, and I basically made the seller my partner and then constructed a deal around that situation. We both come out winners, everybody made money, seller was happy. So basically, guys, I want you to understand that don't limit yourself on this. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get this overnight, okay? But what I want you to realize is there's lots of opportunities out there where you can put deals together that other investors will pass up just because you're a little more creative. So there's nothing wrong with make the seller your partner. Seller has something you would like to work with, they have something, or you have something they would like to work with. Come together, you create a JV like that. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, give me a like. Also, guys, subscribe to my channel or share this too. Talk to you all later.